big talking point after tonight's game was just like the importance of limiting turnovers. What does Jimmy bring in that department, and how important is it generally?
Jimmy doesn't really turn the ball over at all, and so anytime you got him on the floor, it allows you to always settle the possession down. I was telling BP tonight, it was when Jimmy hit the step back, it's like his clock started running down. It was 5 or 6. He was looking the opposite way. I pointed to Jimmy, and I was just telling him after the play, like, when you got guys like that on the floor and the clock run, just give them the ball, and they'll go make a play, But Jimmy definitely makes a big difference in that department. And then also everyone else around him, when you have a guy out there like that, it settles you down in the possession because you have that safety valve. And so you don't need to rush and try to make something happen if something's not there. And that was, we always talk about just getting a shot at the rim. We get shots up, we'll be fine. And that was big.
It sounds like Steve wants to keep this starting group together as long as you guys play like you are. What do you think, or how do you think that starting lineup has been coming into shape?
I think it's coming into shape well because Moses is playing great and BP's playing great. And those two guys, BP shot 20 shots tonight. That is incredible because we always talk to him about just shoot the ball, be aggressive and shoot the ball and be decisive. And so those two guys playing the way they're playing has really elevated all of our lineups, but in particular that lineup. So we just got to keep it going, but I have no doubt that we will.
You talked about how Jimmy settles down the offense, particularly like in non-Steph minutes. How important is that for you guys now, and how important is that considering this season and you guys' difficulties in playing in those non-Steph minutes this season?
It's huge. Just having another number one option out there. So when Steph goes off the floor, we still got a number one option that we can play through. And, interesting thing with Jimmy is he doesn't shoot much. But like I said, he's just going to make the right play. He's going to put guys in position to be successful, and the defense has to react to him or he get easy buckets. And once they react, he's always going to make the right play. So, it's definitely helped in the minutes that Steph's been out with having Jimmy here. That's something that we could keep building on for sure.
I know you kind of made headlines during All-Star by saying championship, but it feels like first step is probably 6th seed getting out of the play. And how much are you monitoring the standings and like what's needed to get to this?
Honestly, not much, because I feel like we just got to win. I know that we are kind of right there bunched up 1 or 2 games, something like that. And so I just feel like just take care of our business. We take care of our business and win the games we're supposed to win. With our roster now, we can go win some of the games we're not supposed to win, and we'll be fine. But I'm not about to stress myself out looking at no standings every day. We just need to get to the playoffs, and I have total confidence we'll do that.
In that vein, though, maybe not looking at the standings, but how much do you feel like the difference between 6 and 7 is?
It's huge. Nobody wants to be in the play-in, that's for sure. You need to play in to have a chance, you take it, but we don't want to be in that position. We have not fared well in the play-in, so we want to get out of that for sure. But like I said, it's just about us trying to win every game we play. Everything else will take care of itself.
Dre, you've in your years, you guys have brought a lot of guys into the locker room, right? And some guys haven't been able to handle it. What makes Jimmy unique out of all the personality types you've brought in?
I think with Jimmy has that presence to where you feel like you need to fit in around him. You don't have to make him fit in. And when a guy has that type of presence, this isn't a place where anyone tries to fight that. We don't try to fight that and no, you need to fit into this. Hell no. We will do exactly that. We will figure out how to fit in around you because we're all confident and secure in ourselves and what we have and what we've built. And so it's never the need to enforce or try to force our way on someone. We're going to continue to be the way we are. You be the way you are. And we're going to figure out how to all make that work together. And I think that's been the secret to success here is no one that's come here has had to be anyone other than who they are. And that's due to having a leader like Steph Curry. You have the face of a franchise like Steph Curry that is inviting as he is. Then everyone else has to fall in line. And when people come here, they feel comfortable with being themselves because he's never going to try to have you be anything opposite. And he's never going to try to make you be him or anyone else. And I think when you have the honor of having the face of a franchise like that, it just makes it all the better for anyone who comes into it because it's nothing. It's not like something that you just need to fit into. That's never been a focus here.
It's really clear, like just the presence of a guy like that, how much it impacts. Is that something you realize when it's here, like, hey, we needed that, or did you know before you needed that?
Nah, I knew before. We all knew before. That's why we was going after Jimmy. We got him. That's why you heard the stories about KD. That's just why you heard the stories about different guys. We have a good sense of what we need. You know, when you've done it 4 times, you know what it looks like, you know what it feels like. And I think we all sensed that we needed something like that. It wasn't just like, yo, you make this small move or this. Like, no, you need someone that's coming in and bringing life and fear into other teams. That's what Jimmy is.
Draymond, I don't want to make the exact comparison of Jimmy with Andre Iguodala getting his number retired, but how much did Andre mean to you guys when you guys got him and the role that he played when he came to the team?
Andre's role was huge. That's why his jersey's going up in the rafters. That's why he has a Finals MVP trophy. That's why he has 4 championships. His role he played was huge. And Jimmy does definitely do some of the stuff that Andre did. No disrespect to Andre, but Jimmy's probably a little better at this point in his career. But he brings a different thing than Andre, but yet still does those little things, smart plays like Andre was, and that stabilizing force to this team like Andre was. So not a bad comparison, but I also think we need Jimmy to score more than we needed Andre to score. We play our offense through Jimmy a little bit more than Andre. But nonetheless, Andre was a guy that we can get a ball to and it'll settle things down.
Obviously, you guys want to win over the next 26 games, but what kind of habits do you want to see, like on a possession-to-possession basis and a game-by-game basis that'll make you say, okay, we're being successful and we're seeing success?
Taking care of the ball like we did tonight and just not making mistakes. Playing mistake-free basketball. Can't have game plan mistakes. Thought we did a great job of following the game plan tonight. I'm not going to give away what those things were, but I thought we did a great job of following that. And that's that's the thing that we're trying to get guys to understand that hasn't been in that position before and competing for a championship is when you compete for a championship, when a team is ready to compete for a championship, when you don't make those small, simple mistakes, because those mistakes add up and they cost you games, which ultimately cost you series. And so just want to see us building towards that, building towards playing mistake-free basketball, cutting the mistakes down so that this team can thrive.